Welcome to another episode of the Untold, and I hope you guys are ready to talk about some amazing things, especially in terms of travel and mental health. I'm your host, Lajane Al-Athari, and I'm joined by...
And I'm your host, Abdullah Al-Hindiani, and of course, Lajane. Today we have Pal Sebestyen, who's a fitness, and health advocate, but also he's been gone through all over the world. We've had him previously on the Untold. He talked us through his journeys, his travels, but today we want to focus on the health, the fitness side of things when it comes to traveling.
I agree. We had so much fun talking to Pal last time he was on the show, and the way he has his go with the flow, easygoing philosophy about things, I think we're really going to learn a lot about how you can kind of travel in the best way for yourself.
He is, and no matter how much we say about Pal, it's best to see him for yourself, to believe it. With that being said, we're going to take a break so we come back and sit down with him. And welcome for joining us again, ladies and gentlemen, but most importantly, welcome for joining us again, Pal Sebestyen, on The Untold.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. Thank you.
It's wonderful to have you again. We love having you on the show. I feel like we really get along when it comes to conversations, and we're going to do that today. We're going to go with the flow. But I do want to ask you, because, mashallah, you're a very kind of, I think, healthy guy, like you really look after yourself. So I want to ask you, especially when it comes to traveling, what do you have to say about maintaining a healthy kind of travel, like a kind of healthy mind, body kind of situation when you travel?
I think you might be surprised here a little bit, because probably what you're expecting me as a health expert, let's say I'm a health expert, let's say, that I'm going to give that very strict advice, what you have to focus on, what you have to be careful with. But I'm going to go on to to more like as a lifestyle. I like to talk to the majority of the people. We're living such a busy, crazy lifestyle. And if I can just give one advice on this one, take it easy. Don't focus 100% on your food when you're traveling. Just take it easy. And once you come back, you're recovered, you get some vitamin D, you had some good time with the family, you come back, you get back to your normal routine, your normal days, then that's the time to get back again to your diet. I don't think the traveling itself is really where you have to be like, okay, I'm gonna have this, I'm gonna have this. I think that's a no-go for me. And I'm advising also all my clients when they travel, just enjoy. You're already gonna go for at least 10K walk a day. Most of my Kuwaiti clients, I know from experience, when they leave, they walk a lot. So they come back with losing weight. So they eat a lot and they're losing weight. So why should you be like, okay, I'm going to take this, I'm not going to take that? No, enjoy this time. It's a vacation.
Yeah, it is. I always make the mistake of saying, oh, before I'm going to travel, I'm going to look and sign up for the gym membership in the hotel. And then once we get there, the first day I go into the gym, and then for the next 3 weeks, I don't even know what the gym looks like. It's always hard to maintain that balance when you travel in between, oh, I want to be disciplined, I want to enjoy my, travel. But if you were to have a little bit of discipline in your travels, like what can that be? Enjoying a little bit of walk, taking a little bit of exercise, or just forget all about that, just enjoy the moment.
No, there was definitely, I'm not saying that lose it 100% and do whatever. When it comes to nutrition, from my experience, I would highly recommend not to go to any all-inclusive. Sorry for those hotels who's offered these services, because that is a big no. When you have all this food in front of you, you're gonna go crazy. You are gonna overeat for 100%. That is a big no. So I would rather go and order a dish itself. I finished that one. Khalas, goodbye, shukran, mushkur. Thank you so much. No more. When it comes to workout, my family, we feel really good when we travel that we start a day with a little bit of walking out. It can be just going to a local market or looking around the resort or the hotel. I don't like to go to malls, especially when I'm traveling. Is not the place where I want to be. I want to be like outdoor. I want to enjoy the sun. When it comes to gym, again, you're gonna be surprised, but it's from my heart. I'm honest. I'm not gonna go to the gym. I'm every single day in the gym. I'm going from private gyms to private gyms to private gyms to commercial gyms. I'm surrounded with this one, and I'm very happy to just enjoy that 1-2 weeks when I'm away. And I will look at the gym and I will say, oh, that's a nice setup. I would put this leg press here instead of that, and that's it. Goodbye. When it comes to, let's say, not to a fitness professional, to majority of the people, I think it's a great time to have a look, because that's normally a pretty quiet gyms normally in hotels. So go in, have a look, nobody there, you can just try a little bit of this, try a little bit of that, and once you come back, you might just gonna make a decision that, yeah, I like the gym, I did my walk, it was nice and calm. It's a good time to get this bond with the gym when you travel. If you're not a fitness professional, if you're a fitness professional like me, I would rather just say hello from the door to the gym. Cardio, I think we have to talk about that. That's a perfect time to do some steady state cardio, which means your heart rate is pretty low. You want to go for a longer distances. Of course, you're not going to do a sprint intervals when you travel. So you're focusing more on just stay steady, maybe speed up that walk a little bit. Let's just burn some calories more than if you would just walk like in slow paced. That is probably good. Not this one, but any smartwatch, any calorie count or step count, or even your phone. It's a really good tool when it comes to see that, you know, how much you burn, how much you worked out. I think is a very good stuff to control what's happening. Any of these smartwatches, you can see what you just done. I've done 20K every day, and all my clients actually, when they come back, they can tell me, I've done 10K every day. I said, oh, okay, so when we are in Kuwait, why are you not telling me that you've done your 10K? They don't do their 10K. When you're out, they are very proud to say that I've done 10K, we've done these hills, we've done these mountains. Yeah.
And Kuwait is 10 kilos. Right?
10 kilos. Yeah.
I mean, I do agree with you, because I do find that when you travel, there's just so much to do and see, right? You want to experience the moment. So even without thinking about it, without even planning to walk or count anything, you're just walking more, you're moving more. Maybe if you're in a more of a outdoor nature place, you're going on hikes, or you're going swimming at the beach, or you're doing all these different things. So your body naturally is just moving. And also, I think because you're having fun while doing it, you're actually burning more, because I think a lot of people stress out too much with this stuff. So I think, as you mentioned before, because you're going on vacation, don't force yourself into these things, because sometimes the stress actually has the opposite effect, that you don't enjoy your vacation, you don't end up losing weight, you kind of get stuck in this feeling of that you failed or you didn't achieve things. But the point of a vacation isn't to achieve things, it's to relax.
Exactly. And to be honest, I do believe that let's be real, that most of the people, let's say here in Kuwait, most of the people not really stressing out too much about workout when they're on holiday.
No, I mean, I'm not.
No, and I'm happy for that. I'm happy for that, because that's not the time. Think about it once you come back. But when you're away, you're already doing so much more in terms of walking. We don't walk too much in here. Yeah, that's the negative. Yes, we don't do too much walk. But when you're there, even if you're in the resort, and you're gonna say that I haven't left the resort. Yeah, but you walked to your room, you walk to your restaurant, you walk to the beach, you walk to the coffee shop, you done a lot of walk. As here, we start the engine from the window. I've got an older car, but I know what's happening. So when you get to the car, you have nice and cold temperature inside, and you probably stepped maybe not even 10 meters. And then you get out front of the work, front of the restaurant, and it's like zero walk. So whatever you do on a holiday, it's probably, in terms of cardiovascular health, you're probably doing 10 times more or 20 times more than what you do over here.
I mean, I may be the worst kind of traveling partner to have, because I tell my family every time we're traveling, if you want to go to the malls, I'm not going to come with you. If you are going to take walks, I'm not going to come with you. You know, the way I do my travels is I find a nice restaurant and then I spend 24 hours there. That's my entire travels. That's why my family hates traveling with me. It's like, all you do is eating. I'm like, okay, what else is to do?
But look, if that's again, you know, that's you.
Yeah.
And somebody else does
Zero
totally
steps
different things. But if you think about the core of this occasion is a vacation, is a holiday. So I mean, come on, enjoy. You really need to enjoy that time. And if that makes you happy, okay, that maybe doesn't make me happy, but we not travel together.
And I think I was lucky to have a circle of friends who are the same mindset, because I remember once we took a cruise, which was for 8 days, and we were 4 people. on the first day, once we found out that the buffet is open from morning until night and was free, I think, I swear, we probably spent 90% of our trip just in the buffet eating food, and we were all happy about the trip. You know, we were like zero regrets.
That's what's the difficulties with the all-inclusive stuff.
All inclusive. And you know, speaking of which, you know, in terms of traveling, you know, like you said, there are so many food, you know, to go with. How would you decide, oh, this is the kind of food I'm gonna stick with, so I don't ruin my body so much during this trip?
Good, like really good question, because let's go back to this feast when you have the all-inclusive bracelets on you and you got whatever in front of you, you can eat all day long. I go to these places sometimes, yes, I do, but what I do there is I totally eliminate the carbohydrates. I don't want to be sounding like this carbohydrate freak who says don't eat this, don't eat that, but so much beautiful dishes front of me. So do I eat prawns every day? Not really. Do I eat salmon every day? Not really. Do I eat beautiful steaks every day? Not really. But there is front of you. So I'm not going to take a rice. I'm not going to take a potato. I'm not going to take also the sweets. I probably eat 10 times more protein than I should eat. But I love that nice, good quality, you know, high protein food. And I can eat more king prawns if I don't eat it with rice. So that's I think it's a pretty decent advice I can give, is to eliminate anything which is mustard color. That's probably the one you don't want to touch, because we have them on our Douanier tables. Let's just remove them there and go for it. There is steak, there is prawns. You would have a portion of rice and 10 prawns, have 20 prawns and mafi rice, and it's good.
I mean, I feel like for me, it's kind of not the same scenario. When I travel, I have a big sweet tooth.
Okay.
So I love trying different desserts and like finding different places that have little cakes or pastries.
Okay.
And for instance, I have a lot of friends like you who their big thing is to go and sit in restaurants and eat food at different restaurants. I don't like to book things so much. I kind of like to see where the day takes me when I travel. There are some things I want to do, like I want to go to this museum, I want to see this event or this thing, book those. But most of the day I want to wake up and just go walking outside and then explore. And like I end up in this, I end up finding this little coffee shop next to me that I try something, or I end up going elsewhere and getting to just try these tiny little things everywhere and seeing what's around me. I find that brings me a lot of joy, you know?
I love that too.
Yeah.
I love that too, the random stuff, instead of thinking too much of, okay, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go there. I just start to go, especially if it's a new country or new city I've never been before. I just go with the flow and see. And maybe I'm just ending up in some local small places. I like that a lot.
Yeah, no, that's one of my favorite things. We are going to take a very quick break, and then I want us to talk about this more, because I feel like this is one of our favorite topics right now, honestly. Traveling and going with the flow, where we could all be right now if we had the chance.
Yes,
but for now, we are going to take a very quick break.
Okay.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. So we kind of went a little bit of food hack, you know, in the previous segment, where you try to avoid carbs and stack up on the proteins. Now, I am in the middle of this, you know, long-standing battle, because I hate carbs, but I love bread, you know.
But bread is a carb.
Yeah, that's my dilemma, right? I don't like potatoes, I don't like rice, I don't like, you know, cake, I don't like donuts, whatever.
No
but
sweets?
bread, no sweets as well. But
no sweets at all?
Yeah.
You don't eat sweet?
No, not at all.
Yeah, but mashallah, that's why you're like that.
It's a bread talking, right?
Yeah.
And then if you're going to Europe, especially Italy, if you go to Italy, you know, and you're smelling the fresh bread, it's like, oh, I can't ignore this. So speaking of can't ignore stuff, when you are traveling, you know, you want to balance between enjoying your trip, but also, you know, not ignoring whatever is making you happy.
Yeah.
How do you decide the places to go, where to see, and how would you spend your vacation while maintaining, you know, a little bit of healthy lifestyle?
First of all, when I decide to travel somewhere, that is just a pure joy. So I'm not really looking into more to these details. I just decide, I make a decision, and we travel there. And I love trying the local food, the local cuisine. And if that comes with some, let's say, like bad food, bad stuff, bad carbs, I go with the flow, because again, that was it is a holiday. It is my vacation.
Yeah, I mean, would you say that because obviously in general it's not good to overdo anything, right? But because you're on vacation, you kind of, I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to I'm on vacation, I'm gonna indulge. Like that's always my mentality when I go, especially if you go to like those kind of cities or places that have like food markets.
Yeah.
And there's so much fun. You're like, you are walking around, but there's so many stalls and the food and the smells and like there are samples and this, and you want to try everything, you know? And sometimes it's protein, sometimes it's carbs. It's just a mix of everything. And you get a lot of like the local cuisine, different international cuisine. And it's part of the fun, I think, to be able to try these different things. So would you say it's more about trying to find like a balance maybe?
I think it is, yes. It's about trying to find the balance. But back to your words. You know, I was just thinking about that a little bit more. I do respect those people who keep a very strict a diet, for example, when they travel. I do respect that, and I look up to them. I think this is amazing. But as long as you do this, because that's what makes you feel happy. Yeah. Because there are some people, they travel and then they're very happy to hit the gym every morning.
And I have
and I have you know, I can only just clap. This is amazing. So back to the original sentence, you know, what makes you happy? So I don't want to judge anyone who feels that. And you know, you said you're not going to eat these carbs, you're not going to eat the sweets. Great. But please don't do that just because, you know, I'm going to now be forcing myself and no, I cannot gain 1 kilo. No, that shouldn't be the price of this. If you enjoy that gym every morning, as you said, there are many people, they hit the gym every morning on their vacation. And I think it's beautiful. I think it's really, really good. But if that little walk makes you happy in the morning, do that. If that croissant makes you happy in those mornings for 10 days, and after that you just eat croissant every second day, it's okay. Like you did great.
As long as it makes you happy.
Yeah. It's a vacation. It's a holiday. It has to be something that you think that, okay, that was a nice holiday. Not like, you know, that was such a nice croissant. Like, let's bring this example. And I just did it and I didn't touch it. No, like I'm a personal trainer and I tell my clients, why? Why? And if the answer is because I worked very hard to lose this 5 kilo pal in the past 3 months, I'm going to be, oh, okay, I get it. Very good, very good. But if he doesn't bring this up, then I'm just say, why? Like you were not going to change your weight with that croissant, but at least it would have made you happy.
Yeah, as long as it makes you happy and you're not, you know, forcing stuff. Because, you know, I like to joke around that I probably spent a year in Turkey, but I've only seen one place, and that's the garden where they have barbecue. You know, I just love food. But on the contrast, one of my friends who we traveled with one time, he used to wake up at 6 o'clock and he would do like 100 push-ups, you know, sit-ups, and in the hotel room. I'm like,
super good.
Yeah, if that makes him happy, it makes him happy. You know, happiness in travels can be in so many different places.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, when you ask me, so I actually just tell you what I told you what I do and what makes me happy during that 2 weeks, you know. But I know that a lot of people do what you're saying and they are very happy doing that. Great. I would rather just you know, sleep another 20 minutes instead of doing that 100 push-up at that holiday morning, you know.
He did it every morning for the entire 2 weeks. That is some discipline.
Yeah. And you know, I hope this interview doesn't come back to people like there is a fitness professional tell us not to do this. No, I want people to be happy there. That's what I want.
I think your message of enjoying their life is a great message.
And once you come back, I force you to do that 100 push-up. But if it's a force, if it's a must on your holiday, then no. We have too much in our lives to think about. It's not.
You know, I agree 100%. Like you said, like it has to be something that you enjoy doing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, a lot of people I know, they are very hard on themselves. So they get very guilty. Like you said, they're like, oh, I ate that one croissant, I ate that piece of cake, I ate I don't know what, or I did this and did that, or I didn't work out for these few days. What do you like? How do you convince them that this is okay? Like they don't have to be that guilty about it.
Easy. There is 365 days. Let's just talk very general. You're working for a company and you have 28 days. Let's say you have 30 days. So remaining is what, 335?
Yeah.
Please, if these two numbers doesn't add up properly, that 30 versus 335, then that's a problem. You know, you got to really see these two numbers. And I'm asking you to be disciplined, to focus on your lifestyle, eat as much as possible clean and healthy food, do your workout, collect your steps on the 335 days. And I'm telling you to love your 30 days and enjoy fully.
Well, yeah, in the grand scheme of things, when you put it like that, the difference is massive. So
It is.
those 30 days will not impact you that much in the long run if you just enjoy them. So
But promise me for the 335 you do it. Because if out of 335 you're going to be playing with 50 days of working out and the remaining is nothing,
yeah.
then yeah, I want you to be very strict on your holiday as well.
I mean, I think that's where my mentality shifted a long time ago when I started, eating however way I like to, is because if you are disciplined and you take this as a lifestyle, all of those years, a little bit of days within them where you're eating however you want are not going to affect, in the long run, right?
Yeah.
So might as well just enjoy life, enjoy the food, enjoy everything it has to offer you. But also when you're traveling, another side of the equation of staying healthy is sleep. I know a lot of people have struggles, maintaining their sleep schedule when they're
That's very
traveling.
important, yeah.
Yeah. So how would you go about, maintaining a good sleeping patterns during your travels?
To be honest, my daughters are making sure that I have a good sleeping pattern. So once I cross 11 p.m., I know every single minute I'm going to regret because they come at 6 a.m. Daddy, do you think this doll is good? Do you think we can play? Can you play with us? Can we play family? You're the daddy and I'm the doll. I said, that's the reality. We play this game.
No, it's not a game anymore.
So yeah, let's be serious with this. On vacations, on holidays, I actually stay more up. I spend more time up and less with sleep, because usually on my 335 days, I'm focusing more on my sleep because I know how it's important and how it's affecting my day-to-day life. Next day with clients, if I see 6-7 guys, they want to see me in the good mood, not tired. And it's like 6-7 individuals. It's very important that I sleep well. So when it comes to holiday, then vacations, I'm okay to sleep a little bit more. I'm okay to go away in the lunchtime if I can and just have a little nap.
no, I agree, because for me also, like, especially when you're doing the travel journey, I find I always lose sleep when I'm traveling, like taking a plane, a train, waking up, making sure you're at the station or the airport on time. I always end up not sleeping enough before a flight or after, just because your body's adjusting and you want to you're stressing the night before to get to the place. And then once you're there, you can relax. So I don't like to force myself to wake up for super early things unless like it's a once in a while thing that's like super worth it. Like something you want to go like on a day trip around here, or you want to visit something at this thing. But every single day, no, like I'd rather have that extra bit of sleep and then be able to enjoy my day. And also I find that because I'm walking and moving so much, by the time nighttime comes, I'm ready for bed. It just naturally happens.
Definitely. And over here, what I'm experiencing, what I'm seeing in the past 10 years, then most of the people have quite messy sleeping patterns.
Yeah, I think we're guilty of that.
And that actually shows once you're away, you're doing that walk, which is, whoa, it's a shock for most of the people when they work 10K from zero. So I believe they naturally feel tired at the end of the day. And also there is no Ahmed, no Abdullah, no all these guys around for douaniers and staying up and having nice Arabic coffee at 2 a.m. So I think it's more chance for, let's say, people in Kuwait when they travel to just chill and relax. 10, 11, everything probably goes a little bit calmer in these resorts, these hotels. So you sleep, you have a better sleep. I know most of my clients, they come back, I can see that they recovered so much. Some of them even losing weight just with that little walk and the sleep. And I know how sleep is powerful. And actually it's off the subject, but I just want to add this, that is the sleep when you travel. It's a really important measure to see, because I guarantee you that if you travel for 2 weeks and you don't move like over here, like you don't do any activities, let's say you're exactly doing the same thing, you eat the same, you don't move, but you slept very well, you're probably losing weight. I'm talking about, let's say, majority of the people, unfortunately, nowadays, we have issues with weights. We want to lose weight. That's the most of the people's goal, kind of. So just with fixing the sleep, you're going to lose weight. And this is not just me bringing some big words. No, your body recovers properly and you just come back. And what happened? Habibi, that's a sleep. It's just, no. I said, what have you changed there? Yeah, I ate actually more than here. Okay. Did you walk? Yeah, sure, a little bit. But I said, so what else did it change? That no boss, no businesses, no stressing, and the sleep. Yeah. So I should go to sleep early. I said, yeah, baby, but you know, Kuwait is, we want to go a little here, do 1 year. I cannot do that. I said, okay, fine, no problem. But at least you see how powerful is the sleep itself.
It is. It's a very powerful, kind of tool. And we are running a little bit of, out of time, but I do want to say,
as always with me, sorry.
No, it's a good thing.
It is. But I do want to go back to your point, because if you're a frequent gym goer and something, miraculous happens when you are going for 2 or 3 weeks and then you come back, you notice you are even stronger in the gym, which is a reflection of how your body has rested so many time. Just to go back to your point. But again, I do want to thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. This has been delightful.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
No, thank you. It's always so much fun talking to you. And, I hope we all learned about this and we'll have very more enjoyable holidays, guilt-free and just relaxing. So thank you for bringing these points.
I come every week. Thank you so much.
Yes, I think we should bring you. Yes.
Yeah.
And anyway, and so with that, we are going to take a quick break.
Well, unfortunately, that's it from us, the team of The Untold. Another beautiful episode. I do love spending time with Pal because, honestly, his approach to fitness lifestyle is so amazing.
It is. I love his mentality of just enjoy your life. Don't be stressed about things. And when you travel, you're meant to be enjoying it. You're not meant to be stressing about what you're eating, how much you're working out. Just go enjoy your vacation. I love that.
Lujain, I do admire his approach to happiness. I admire how he said, to build your confidence and find where your happiness lies, whether that be in discipline when you travel or to find the food. So I guess the motto or message of today's episode of The Untold is to find your happiness, stick with it. That being said, I think that's it from us.
I agree. I'd also like to point out that I enjoyed how he said, you're only traveling for so many days of the year and you have the whole of the year to focus on your fitness goals. So it's always best to kind of go with the flow and just enjoy your life. Always love talking to Pal. And with that, I think, we're going to talk to you next time.